Here we are, you found me in Long Beach. You know, I got busy with Serta and Heavy Metal Chuck last night, so I'm all primed up, got my coffee. Partanen's right down the street. He's got a massive hoard of crap to go through. Here you are. I said we go do this. Season 2, Intruders. I'm gonna try and not get shot in Long Beach wearing all this red. Should we do this? Let's go. You know your dimensions? You say you do? No, you don't. Should we start the show? You're right. Don't go. Hey, let me sit down for a second. We got a lot to talk about. And we're gonna try not to do so many F-bombs this year. A lot of boards. It's intruders. Your aunt's rack on the garage, dude. We'll see though. It's like talking on the phone. You get a couple beers on me, it's like this, that, bleep, bleep, bleep.
Stop it. Get some help.
Anywho, I'm all jazzed up, high on caffeine. Let's go start this show. We'll go find Partanen. Come on, let's go. Coffee. Probably should lock it. It's Long Beach. I'm done with that. Let's start the show with LP. Stagoo. Oi! You know what's coming?
I know why you're here. Let's check it out, man. Let's see what we got. I partially cleaned up the zone a little bit.
Where are we? I thought we were in Long Beach. Where do you keep all this crap in this Euro Palace, dude?
This is where we keep it. We'll dig into some of the stuff.
Damn, was this built in the 20s or some shit?
Well, the house was built in 1929, but this is a modern update.
Well, let's look at the stash. Get a peek in here. You're gonna have to probably switch lenses, Al, if you would.
It gives me a lot of anxiety. So like I said, I just kind of tidied it up.
This fool didn't even go through any of his stuff until recently because he knew I was coming, you know?
But I still didn't go through it. I literally like stacked it and organized it a bit.
Little pivot in there.
Whoa.
Oh my gosh.
That's pretty well put together.
Most of these are ones with my name on it and then a few other selections. These are like videotapes and stickers and magazines. This is all records. More rando stash down here. This is artwork.
So as you can see, we got a lot of content to go through here. Let's get through some boards.
I'll just pull out a couple boxes. Like I honestly don't know where anything
That's all
is.
we want, man.
There's a random Jimmy right here.
Oh, look at that, Millennium right off the top.
Mike Peterdong.
That's Mike Peterson, man. Jacksonville's pride and glory.
Yep.
Look at you in the GG stance, dude. Dude, you look like a rugged-ass biker here. On a skinny-ass board.
This is my cat, Icy. I wanted to have a board with my cat, so I was like, how do you make a cat board tough, man? Well, booyah.
I mean, that's a tough cat.
Look at all that black on black graphic, too. There's a rack right there. There's a bunch of titties and shit.
Layers, man.
One of my favorite eras of you is riding like an 8-inch wide board at Burnside when you were in Portland. Is this one of those boards?
I think for a while I had an 8.1 phase, and it was probably like a 14 and a quarter, 14 and a half.
Sounds pretty standard. It was like a paintbrush for you at Burnside.
I liked it small because kind of like I was skating pools a lot. So I liked a smaller board to get into the nooks and crannies and be able to like whoop whoop, you know? It was more for function, and I skate with my toes a lot. So I like to have where my feet can kind of get over the zonage.
Let's just get this over with right here. Look at the side by side.
Haven't aged a decade. Okay, go ahead, Sam. Sorry.
Oh, the blasphemy is all mine. Our favorite, Patrick Duffy. This dude is the best. Pat, you know you don't ride boards this skinny anymore.
I don't know if Pat was on World. That might have been a sample of his potential board. I'm not exactly sure.
Pat, we're gonna need to call you up.
I just kept it because it was legendary.
I do not have a Pat Duffy board, and I would love to have any Pat Duffy board.
I don't know. There's a lot of shit, but
What the Goner Records.
Yeah.
See, I was worried we're gonna like overlap boards because we're all on the same team, but I've never even seen this.
It came with a CD. My buddy Eric agreed to do this collab. I've always been a huge fan of Goner. They're sick. It's a smaller record label, but they've done some very classic shit.
Goes to show you, Creature's always been good about working with
the real shit.
people outside the box.
They're legendary.
Respect, Goner Records.
Yeah, Eric Friel.
What the?
A Lutzka. Look at Sam's hyped on it. I don't know what's on the top.
Got some stats on there?
Yeah, it was probably like a sample.
There you go, Lutzka.
Lutzka's in the house.
You
That's the
made
homie.
Intruders, dog.
He'll be stoked.
Greg Lutzka, Almost High. That's a take on Fast Times at Richmond High.
You betcha.
Yeah, that looks like him.
This is another Albert Reyes board.
See, now that I could ride. What's that, an 8.6?
I believe it is
6'12"?
8.6.
That's a classic Creature concave.
That's a newer board.
Straight as an arrow. This is the most random box
So
I've
here's
ever
a Hitz
seen.
board. Keep it random. This was a 6 series. I have all of them somewhere.
Ladies and gentlemen, more Skinner work with Creature. I don't have one of these.
This is Jason Adams did this one. Comes with a stencil on the top.
Frankenwork.
He used the stencil and recreated it in a piece of artwork, and I framed it. He did all the texture and shit on there. It's super ill.
Give him a little juice, I guess you could say.
Another pinner. 0 of 400, actually. Jason Adams, an original Creature.
Original Creature Rider.
A master of stencilry. Nice work, Jason.
Yeah.
We appreciate you. Uh-oh. Tales of the Larb. Gotta love that. Again, on a pinner. I remember Lee, I was like, why you make a sick-ass board that I can't ride? That's like an under 8. Lanning, tape measure. I'm saying this is under 8. Boom. That's 7 3/4 on the dot. Go to hell, Lee. Why would you do that to me? Let's just keep going. Let's get through this box.
So this one, obviously, all-timer. This is the Bloodshed. If you haven't seen the Bloodshed, you don't know about
Seen
Creature.
it, Charno, buddy.
This is actually my leg from the film.
It's a small appendage, but it owns every spot.
It wasn't even a B movie, it was a C movie.
Hold on. Sam's gonna be very proud of this.
Okay.
This is the actual OG goblet.
Oh yeah, we made that in the shed.
Yeah.
I'm taking that home.
I made this based off of Sam's artwork.
There it is. That's a solid goblet.
Cream City, that's Milltown. That's where Sam and I are from. It's an overview shot of Mill.
Oh, look at that. It's Walker's Point right over here. Bum's Nest is like right around here somewhere.
Okay, man, there's so many. Olsen, one of my favorites all time. This is a Olsen Red Cross. Yeah, it was on a wall because these were like cease and desisted or something. Red
I
Cross
hate
boards.
seeing this. At least take this out of there, dude. Hey, you can't stack them like that. That shit's potentially gonna warp.
You know, that's just like your opinion, man.
Lee Ralph board, very sick. Trippy shape, very sick graphic.
Now we're talking.
Lee Ralph's one of my favorites of all time. Lee's one of the best dudes ever. I love that dude.
All-time favorite, Lee. Salute. Oh boy.
We see that shape, we know what that might be. You betcha. Grosso, Red Cross.
Black and white, Hefe, Coca-Cola graphic. You know what's funny? Every company's got a Grosso shape, and they don't beat around the bush. You're like, yeah, this is our Grosso shape.
This is a Grosso POP from NHS back in the day. A little added side note, this is in the capsule at the turf.
That's an eggplant in the capsule.
I remember that ad. That was the ad for this board, actually. It's an all red ad, and it's this eggplant. It's sick.
Pan to Jeff Grosso capsule Santa Cruz ad in the turf eggplant. Pan. It's epic, man.
It is epic.
Actually, it kind of made me want to do eggplants.
It's kind of a cultural moment, you know what I mean? Like,
Black Label. Enjoy Jeff Grosso. Doesn't get much better.
there you go.
And garlicky.
This is a
Hammerhead.
This is a hammerhead. I don't know, like I got it right around the time Hosoi got let out of jail, and he came to Globe to like be in the Blind video.
My son wants to know if you're ever going to be done with that blind video.
Him and Omar were like cops in the video. I had this board and I was like, Hosoi's gonna be here today, so I got all hyped and I went home and got it and I had him sign it.
Did you ever have a Hosoi board when you were a kid?
No, I didn't. I had a Hosoi Street though. But anyways, that's a Lee. Lee actually sent me this one. The good story is basically he'd seen these, they were in the store and he was like, hey mate, I'm pro. My board's in the shop. He was all stoked. He got one. He sent this one to me.
Let me see that one.
Came all the way from New Zealand.
Bronson just got one of these and it has a whole different concave. The nose is all kicked and shit. So Bronson, if you're watching, you're right, dude. This is the original concave. The one you have has a way higher kicked nose. What a great shape.
Isn't it beautiful?
board.
What a
What a
great
great
human.
man.
I use anarchy to
You sit next to Hosoi.
I believe this graphic, and don't quote me if I'm wrong, but this was done by Lee's father. I believe, or inspired by, or something like that. It's like, we might have to double check that story.
His most iconic graphic too.
Honestly, man, my collection's kind of surprising me. I'm like, I have no idea.
Okay, last but least, man, I know there's a banger in here.
Okay, so the final banger in this box is actually much respect due to our brother.
The original Double D, Dave Duncan.
Double D, Dave Duncan.
Oh shit.
I picked this one up actually. This is original Alba.
Look at the kicktail on that thing,
I
dude.
thought I might have got it at AWH, but this actually came from Shiner Distribution in the UK on our first Creature trip, and they had literally a warehouse full of old stock shit. Remember that?
That's where you got it. We all got something. Let me handle this. I got a Steve Clare on that trip.
Yeah, Tonics.
Mikey Rat chimped it for me. We made a sketchy deal. He says he traded me a Mentor's record for it.
Of course it's cheating. Nobody ever got rich being honest.
He still has it somewhere, but you came home with this Dave Duncan. Look at this massive kicktail. It kicks so hard off the back truck. Like you got a constant ollie stance right here. And look at this double truck hole pattern. That's at least 5/8 inch of a gap. Standard now is like a half because you can't put them any closer, but from here to there,
that's huge.
That's a traumatic change in your wheelbase right there.
We love Dave Duncan. He's the best.
One of the finest OGs. Get back to the turf. The capsule's waiting for you, son.
Oh, he's got that. These are all good, man.
That was one of the most random boxes we've ever went through in all of Intruders. That was a roller coaster. Nice work out there. Let's keep it going. What else you got, man? I'm getting tired. I need some more Kratom.
Don't get me annoyed, man. I'll start snapping.
You gonna kick us out? Uh-oh. Okay. It's like walking a tightrope. We get invited. We don't want to get kicked out. Dun, 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 dun.
I'll show you a better one. That one's. Dude, that box is real. Oh God, this is disgusting.
Let's get it over with.
Just say I preloaded this box to appease this man's ego. Speak about it.
We've been through this before on Intruders. This is Hacksaw 2, lightweight one.
All right, great. I love it.
Here's the one. Look at. Keep them coming.
Keep them coming. This one's pretty sick.
Man. This is what everyone should ride. But the fun fact is, it came with a zine and a pin and a sticker. And
bring that other one back. We also have to note that this has not really been seen before in skateboarding marketing. I must say, a sheet of acid is pretty much like.
It came with a blotter.
Kind of all time.
That's like 500 hits right there.
We got another Skinner. This is a ill-ass Skinner right here.
Ooh.
Give that one some love.
This has not been seen on Intruders yet. Not Gravy's stash, no one like.
Good, I'm glad, man. But hang on a second. What are you trying to slide this off to the side or something, player?
You caught that, huh?
Sneaky, sneaky, sir.
Easy.
Lee, I was gonna chimp that board. But this is a great board. Moving on.
Moving on. More garbage.
You've seen this in Intruders before. It was supposed to be 100% skate tartar, but I was feeling PC and went skateboarder, but it came with bag stickers so you could put a hood on Neil's blue flame farting graphic.
Burnside. I love that board. It's very sick. We love headings.
Missy Neil.
This is a Jeremy Fish.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty sick one. It's a nice pig.
Proper pig.
We love this pig shape. That's Nav's favorite.
Again, look at all the shit that these creatures.
I want to ride this. I actually want to ride this.
Well, then ride it, goddammit. Look at it, it's got a koozie. It's gonna get you back on the sauce.
Get fucked up tonight.
There we go.
Well, that's a Foss graphic. Ladies and gentlemen, only on Intruders, rare Foss graphic on a creature board. He's been working for us for a while. Nice work, Foss.
Okay. This one is Creature Face Oakland Booty.
Bratrude.
I also have the poster there from the series if you want to take a gander over there. That's from the same series.
We're not gonna get through this.
Well, dude.
This is just ad-libs, man. I'm just going in. He's gonna kick me out. How long is it gonna take? Get the timer out, Paco, and see how long we've been here, like 40 minutes? Is that a Sammy Baca?
Sammy's first board on Baker. Sammy originally, he was telling me he wanted to ride for Creature. He's like, no, fool, I want to get a job and ride for Creature. I was like, no, you don't.
Don't you ever say that. Cherish it.
But when he was going pro, Neckface hit me up and he was like, yo, can you guys do a Sammy Creature board? You know, I was like, for sure, we'll do it. But I asked him to make me a board. So Neckface made me a board. It's called Free Pizza. Sammy's first Baker Pro board was a swap out for a free pizza board for a Creature.
Which was legendary because we went and toured South America with that fool and a skate rock tour. He jumped in with us. That's our guy. Love that guy. That just goes to show you, man, there's no rules. The only dudes that have rules in skateboarding are these phoners and shit in the industry. Other than that, it's all us. Don't ever forget it. Skateboarders run the show.
So that's why we would bring guests like Hewitt, Baca, E-Man, you know what I mean? Like they would travel with us as members of the team, you know?
Members of the family.
Members of the fam. And E-Man is one of those dudes, 100%. I love this board.
That's an original bag.
Oh, this is the Headings wrench. I didn't even know I had one of these suckers.
Headings, once again, pure brilliance. Oh, you want a cruiser? Here's your cruiser, take that.
I'm sorry for cursing.
And he ripped it, dude.
Skateboarding has a lot of personality, man.
Monkey wrench. Outstanding.
This one is very sick. This is OG Peter Best photo of the 90s black metal scene.
Not the Frost. Nate Frost, Norway, black metal.
This is a good series. Probably some heads out there probably want these. Is that Ted? Oh shit, it's Ted.
Back to back.
Our guy from Dark Throne. Very sick. I have a hoodie of one of these.
Who's on that one?
I don't know.
That's some other hash, black metal hash. I'm standing in the forest. I will kill you. I'm so metal.
This one's sick, Gravette. I always like the Gravette boards. This one's sick with the logo.
Imagine that. Is there weed on it?
No weed.
There's one Gravette board without a weed leaf. Only here on Intruders.
No, he's got a joint in his mouth.
Oh, well, that.
You have to use so many cuss words.
This one, that one's a very sickie.
I knew it was true. An Eric D. guest model on Creech. That is beautiful.
I'm blowing your mind right now.
I want to say he drew that. We'll have to ask him in person.
He did.
That's an Eric Dresden graphic. Clean tat work. Everything from the skull to the text. That's all him.
Beautiful. I love
Very
it.
similar to the board he rides now.
Yeah, it's a good shape. It's got that kind of pulley shape.
God, I love that one. Yeah, you're actually blowing my mind.
Years and years since I've gone through this shit. I had a lot of anxiety about opening these
boxes. This is what
boxes.
I want to see, man. I love skateboards. I love looking at them. I love examining them. I love looking at the
Are you high on
I
Kratom?
love smelling them. I might have got a little Kratom in. Come on, let me shake it off. I'm zazzed, man.
Oh God. So, okay, I'm gonna just give a disclaimer. I have a lot of Sam Hitz shit because he happens to be one of my oldest friends and one of my favorite skaters. So it's kind of embarrassing because I sold a lot of this dude's shit.
Worth cash, dude. Low dollar.
Like this, Sam's first 151 board.
No, that's not my first.
But it's funny because we were roommates at the time and he was changing the specs on it. I'm like, yo, what's up with that board? And I held on to it forever.
Check the specs, man. That's like 25 years old. I didn't mind that graphic at all. Chain link fence.
I liked it.
That font's kind of whack, but.
This is a Navarrete from his Rebirth or whatever when they did the Navarrete 20 years. That's a great board. Sick. I love it. All right, I got the 1.8 grind line. Very clean, very respectable board right there. Oh, Provost. That was OG Provost. First one. I guess I got my name on it, so someone saved it for me.
That's a spider, dude. It's his debut on Creech.
Is that a debut as well? Yeah. So I got both of them.
That's rideable.
The Hubbard.
Oh man.
Hubbard Beer City.
Hubbard Beer City. First time you're seeing this on Intruders.
Hubbard. Ooh.
We're not worthy!
Well done. Do you have your original Beer City Al Partanen
It
board?
might be around here somewhere.
I'd like to see that.
That one is this big. It's like 7.5.
But this,
That's beautiful.
Mike, you did the work of the Lord. This is an original Hubbard design. This is his shape. That's all his dimensions. Hubs, RIP, man. Now you just got to put out the grind line, the band vinyl. Mike, let's go.
There it is. The request's been made. Someone put that vinyl out.
I'd chimp that next to the Lee Ralph. That's another board I'd steal for sure.
Can't get this damn door open.
All right. There he is. We need an aperture.
I needed to create a little space so I can fire up a doobie in here.
Dude, let's get high, man.
Chill, fool.
He's gonna lop me, dude.
I am
Not on camera.
Next on the batting list is the Dark Throne Creature collaboration. We kind of made a friendship with them. Our buddy Christian Brox in Norway. And they knew Ted and Fenrez. And we actually took a trip to meet Ted in the Norwegian dark woods and kick it at his crib. And while we were in Norway, Sam did an interview with him and I filmed it and stuff. We made a little video.
Check this out. If you have one of these, you're stoked. You think we got it rough? Skateboarding was banned in Norway. They didn't ban black metal, but they banned skateboarding.
So
look it up.
Another beauty from the collection. This one I'm gonna have to hold on to. Most of these will be available on my website. You know, and then you got a
It's so random.
That's a Chris Johansson.
Chris Johansson and a Dark Throne board were living together in the box.
Chris Johansson and Barry McGee are living right there with Dark Throne.
Watson.
Chris Johansson signed, McGee signed. I actually have another Johansson, which is very sick. I'll show you just on a side note. If you guys are familiar with him, he's a fine artist. He did original like anti-hero graphics and stuff.
Ah, it's that guy.
It was the spread. It was like all the boards, and it was like on the street scene. That was also Chris Johansson. So he's a fantastic artist.
And it made the wall.
And it made the wall because it's fine art.
That was beautifully put. That I'll accept.
Okay, obviously I had to get this when it became available because this was what I wanted when I was a kid. Every bit of this, all of this. I mean, this is probably a part of every Heads collection, but you know, they definitely have significance.
Look how big that nose is, dude. I think they might have done that at Watson too.
I think these may have been created by Prime or somebody, but I think they're authentic shapery as well. That was another reason I kept them. This one looks kind of like, almost like the 91, 92 Nodus Boom
No,
board.
they're all three are different. Actually, these two might be the same.
I don't know, I think I just had to get them.
I'm getting that for sure.
Because I always wanted that when I was a kid and I could never have one of those, let alone all three at once. So it was like a gift to myself.
It's rad these days. You can get whatever you want, man. It's all out there. Shapes galore, reissues galore. Live it up.
You know, I actually have these as handboards too, somewhere in my collection.
What, not the fingerboards, but the handboards?
Hold on.
You want a handboard? You can thank Eric Ellington.
I'm just seeing if it's off the top, it could be in there. Here is a handboard.
What were you gonna rework it? Were you gonna ride that one?
I'm gonna ask Sam to do art on that one.
See, I can do that. I thought they were plastic. They're actually made out of wood. That's about a 4-inch wide, 9-inch wheelbase, maybe 8. Let's get involved in here. We're gonna need the magnifying glass for this handboard. Oh, you're right. No, that's about a 3.78. Fetuses, we have you covered. All shapes, all sizes.
Oh, look at this. We witnessed this board at the Good Bar the other day, and I told Sam, I was like, I think I have that one. It turns out I do.
We've now entered
Very cool. I think
legend category.
I think that was a Thomas Campbell NHS. They did like an art brand. That was very cool. Designarium also. Create and destroy. Squoonts. Very clean.
Totally inverted.
Because I only believe in science.
Let's read into this graphic, Nodus.
I love it. I don't know who did it, but it's very cool.
It's open for interpretation. Or not. Pretty plain to see. That's awesome. Nailing it.
Thank you, Designarium.
And there's more.
Boom! Guzman was also a wall board. This is a beautiful moment in time. It was around 2009 when Guzzi was running his Thrasher part, I believe. Prevent this tragedy, yes. But it's just a classic from a classic dude that I love.
Roll clip. That's rare. I haven't seen that in decades.
Another Chat. This is a Prime remake of Chat's first Lost graphic. So this was going to be a graphic. And when he was a kid, they called him Gremlin. Jack and Tools, so it's got the tools of the trade for Jack and Fools. Classic Chat.
Chatty man. Rubbish heap royalty.
So that's that box.
Let's go through another box. Who wants another box? Should we do another box, ladies and gentlemen?
I'm having fun with the boxes.
I think the boxes are awesome, dude.
Okay, so this is a random stack, right?
Ooh.
This is a sick board that Sam made for me. West Dallas Weirdo. I love this one.
There's got to be a year on that. 3-5-11. And it's ridden. This is what we like.
I rode the out of this board, man.
This is what we do with these things. We ride them.
This is a weird art board that I made when I lived with Chet. It's supposed to be Flavor Flav.
This is the skate video, you know what I'm saying?
Chill fool.
It's ridiculous.
This is a graphic I started painting, but I didn't finish it yet. I still got to finish it.
Well, keep that out.
I'll keep it out. I'll finish it.
That's what intruding's all about. We're gonna get these projects back on the top shelf.
With that being said, this is part of that burst of creative energy. John Dixon did this one. I think this is unfinished as well, so we're gonna leave this one out for Dixon. So that was a quick drop. I'll pull out this box.
Here's another quick strike.
This is a quick strike, but I'm also gonna let you know.
Ooh, more large shit.
Shameless looking larb promotion.
Look how ill that is.
This is actually my
Ooh.
favorite board in my collection. And it wants to be ridden so badly, but this is a 05. This one's 20 years old already.
It's so rad. That's my favorite concave for a pig, zero concave. That's straight out of Watson for sure.
This one is fine art.
That's a fine burst. God, I'm really tooting my own horn here.
As one of your biggest fans, it's not too tough.
That's some good shit. Thanks, Al.
Whoa, mama. Get a room, you two.
That's the crown jewel. The rest is all fodder.
Oh, I beg to differ.
This is a crooked Yoon.
What the is that?
Whoa, easy with the language, buddy.
Timo, always getting crazy. Thomas Campbell. This was a wall board, but I had to like have a cross balance to like, it was like hanging like this and shit.
I think in the name of science, that needs to be set up. This is the problem with these things. Once they get hung up, how do you know how this weirdo's gonna ride? It probably has...
Hey, what up, what up? We got special guests.
Ladies and gentlemen.
We're with John Dixon.
Dixon himself. He's intruding on our intrusion.
Intruding. Oh, yeah, man, I just pulled out your artwork. We're gonna have to jump on some sessions.
I told you, I predicted it. He was gonna chime in at any moment. Can I get Dixon's 2 cents on this? It looks like it was made out of a second, but no. That was made from a perfectly fine piece of wood. I don't know what's going on here with this.
No, there was a cross balance because it hung weird.
Ah, cross balance. See, that's some pro wall hanger shit that I know nothing about. Jesus Christ, on a stick upside down. Ooh, Joe Lopes.
Love this one. I remember just being really a huge fan of this Lopes board. Blender art on that too. It's very, very sick. The shape is kind of unorthodox. I don't know, give me your feedback on that shape, Hitman.
Oh, it's great, man. It's got all the money bumps you want. It's a classic shape to this day and a proper diamond-esque nose right there.
I love the diamond
And it
nose.
just goes for days, dude. A great concave. It's up there with the Hassoy, the blender.
All right.
All the good stuff. I believe so.
This is in the same vein. It's of the same stock.
But this is more Purist. One of those boards I always seen you ride.
Yeah.
A Reese.
Danger boards were some of my first free boards I ever received. Reese Simpson was my original sponsors. He would send me his used boards. They were sick. I believe he was the dude who kind of like started running the one rail. So I would get these boards from Reese and they'd have like one rail. They'd have rib grip. They'd have chips out of the tail and shit. And it'd be like the same board he'd be riding in the mag. Eventually I kind of got on Schmidt right when Reese turned pro. And then Reese quit and went to BBC. So I was down for Reese, so I switched and went to BBC as well. But Schmidt sticks, man, back then, that was like primo, pimp daddy of boards.
Really good.
Still are sick, but they were a quality level above. Are you backing me on that?
100%. Show me a BBC board, that's some of the rarest shit out. That BBC legacy was insane, and you were riding them, and that really was like, wow, this shit's legit. Phillips, Park,
Brian Pennington, Bill Danforth.
Monty was on BBC and
Yeah,
shit.
he was.
God. And that was a flash in the pan, considering like the whole 80s, early 90s.
Yeah.
I might even had one of your hand-me-downs of the Danger
it's
board,
a possibility.
but it's a Purist board.
This is a Purist board. This is a no friller.
Money bumps, purity.
Oh, hang on, that's Walsh.
Can we take a break so I can properly say hi to Dixon?
Yes.
Okay, we're keeping it moving here. Anyways, original Bryce Knights photo, BK plus Gons for Juice. So this photo is from 1988. Forever an inspiring photo. This is like the terrain, the style, the everything. This is just like purity. This is the pureness right here.
In the wrapper, ladies and gentlemen.
That's by OG BK. He gave that to me, Skate for Life, Al BK. Very sick. Thank you, BK. Thank you, Mark Gonzalez.
Thanks.
You want my 2 cents on that?
Yeah.
You know, it'd be punk. Take this bitch out of the wrapper and ride it.
Another Unreal find. So this is final one.
Packing paper.
Put this guy to work, man.
This looks like a Jim Thiebaud. Am I wrong? One of his most classic graphics. This is when a graphic made a point. You don't see this kind of shit elsewhere in the art world, except for on skateboards. Right to the point, Jim. Great shape, too.
Very sick.
Love you. Thanks for everything.
Limited edition 20-year reissue, 159 of 300.
Say all your boards warp, and that's the last unwarped board. Would you ride it?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Here's a rando. Oh, shit. Okay, one of my favorites right here. Lance, I think this is the year that these guys got inducted into the Skateboarding Hall of Fame.
I wonder, is that a Lance graphic?
Nodis Hall of Fame board and the Steve Olson Hall of Fame board. This is a graphic by Olson. That's an Olson graphic.
Now we're hitting the high notes.
Oh, and this one's sick too. Tim Olson. He's from Milwaukee, but he did this brand called Friendship, which is very cool. I asked him to send me some of these boards. And then Colin and I got matching tattoos, I think.
Parch gave me this. I don't know, we were partying one night and just both got fucking Blinky tattooed.
Is it on there? Can you see the blinky?
Only here on Intruders.
That was inspired by this board. Honestly, like I said, I don't really know what these are.
Well, we're in the Steve Olson category, man. Bulky. He's like Beetlejuice, man. Say his name 3 times. We come walking out, what's that? This is lame. Let's smoke, let's go.
Smoke me. You say his name 3 times, he might show up.
Chatty man, chatty man.
Chat man.
Oh, very
This
inspiring.
one?
That's my favorite chatty man.
Obviously, this is the top of the shelf. This one might warp, feel it.
That's straight as a arrow. F-bomb, that's my 4th one.
Wrong! Wrong! Wrong!
That's straight as an arrow, folks. That's holding.
This is actually a cool story. I had these boards up on the wall, right? And one morning I took a board out and I was like, I need a chat board for right there. And I went and got some coffee and then all of a sudden I hear,
To let them know I'm around.
Chat comes walking up, dude, with that board on his backpack. And I was like, oh my God. And so he brought it over. I had him sign it and then we did a stamp. I call it a timestamp, so 11/25/18. We dated it. That's what it's called. It's called a date.
Oh.
You know?
Yeah. Outstanding, dude. More high notes.
More high notes. Alan Losi, Creature.
Huge high note.
He's one of my all-time favorites. He's basically, Reese is like a baby Al Losi. They're totally different people, but it's of the same lineage, and I respect and highly appreciate that lineage. Very cool. John Gibson. I think that's an original shape. Let the shape spin.
Well, it's an iconic shape. Oh, I want a shape like Gibson. No, only Gibson has a shape like Gibson. Is that a Schmidt stamp?
I believe so, yes.
Look at that tail, dude.
I'll set it up.
That's what I like to hear.
Okay, you want another high note? We got Boom Skins. Say his name 3 times.
Smokes.
Yeah, what do you think? You're gonna get secondhand cancer?
We love Olsen. Smoke me. This one is discolored, which makes it actually more beautiful. I love that patina.
Olsen's gonna show up and come repo these shits. Nah, I need smoke money.
Come on, baby.
That's mine. My name's on it.
Dude, we literally touched like probably 20% of my board.
I can't take it anymore.
I can't
I'm
either.
just kidding. Honestly, I could honestly do this all day, man.
I think I found my pro board, so we might have to pull this out.
When you're this long in the tooth, you have a lot of boards. Dixon, I present you with Al Partanen's Beer City board. Look at the graphic on that. It's not a graphic.
It's just my signature.
It's a burn. Beer Mike's like, I ain't doing graphics. Cut out the middleman. We're just gonna do a signature board.
You don't have to be such a dick, man.
I think it's beautiful. I love it. I'm very thankful for this. Thanks, Beer City Mike.
Who needs a graphic?
This is my second pro board. My first pro board was on Good Times. My second pro board was on Beer City.
778.
778? I'm saying 7.5. 778. 7.75.
It's my show.
Uh-oh. Big red.
Whoa!
Hold it.
Holy shit. A Mick and Murdy M&M board. Pressed in Portland. Big red. Another pinner. You could see him tooling around Burnside anytime in the mid-90s with this. No, actually, let me reverse that. This is like early 2000s.
That's probably early 2000s.
Jesus Christ, Red, you wrote a small-ass board.
I was as big as a skyscraper, and now I'm as tiny as a postage stamp.
He says this about every board he sees, like, oh, it's so small. It's like, that's what everyone was riding.
If it's under 8 1/4, it's small. Get out the measuring stick
Get
now.
out the measure. I think this is probably 8.1.
That's 8 on the dot. Wheelbase, I'm predicting 14 and
14 and a quarter.
Hold on. 14.
You're analyzing shit from 20 years
Intruders
ago.
is all about, man.
Okay.
But look at this. Hand press. Back in the day, only so many people did this outside the big industry. Mick and Murdy, well done. Still straight as a arrow.
That's a great piece of history. I love it. Red gave me this one time when we were at the
I
crib.
don't have a red board. That I'd steal.
Oh God, there is more.
Okay, you guys ready for this?
I'm ready. Let's do this.
Okay.
Here comes a fatty. It's not a quick strike, but it's sideways, so it looks like it needs to be reorganized anyways. This is a board that I was using as a reference shape to create a new board.
Is that the Kaboom? It's a Natus Kappas, boom. That's some board porn right there. Put that online.
Boom skins.
What's that? Oh, don't tell me. Is that a golden shower?
This is another one of my Lord collectors.
That's very pinner.
This one totally sucks. I can still palm it, so. Sam Hitz pin.
It's what made it off the wall, man. Did I ride it? No.
It's a classic piece of skate history. This is a great board.
It looks like a Corey O'Brien.
That's got a missile weird cave to it.
I'd have to give that to the experts. Jerome, Carl, Joel, are you watching?
That's a heavy metal chuck shape.
Dude, heavy metal Chuck, fine. Chuck, chime in with a call. Burn, which burn. Look at that graphics, awesome. Should bring it back.
Okay, wow, this is strange. This was my Dogtown board. This was a graphic attempt at, like, they were trying to give me an example of what it would look like, so the dudes made this.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's an Alpartinen Dogtown cross.
Yeah.
Because I have your Dogtown Bad Brains board, but that never made it out, huh?
This never got put out.
That's an artifact. It's amazing that you had a Dogtown board, man.
Yeah.
There's no higher honor.
Oh my God, look at that. How does this guy sneak into almost every box?
Because I'm sneaky.
I fear you're underestimating the sneakiness, sir.
Sneaky like that. This is a dope graphic, 151.
Another pinner.
That one's cool. OG hits, throwback, probably 99.
That was probably 2002.
It's a lot of history. I don't know what the in here. I'm not gonna open it.
Oh, we gotta open it, dude.
It's gold.
Open that an opening.
Dude.
This is Intruders, man. Get out the razor blade.
I have no idea what's in here. I'll let Sam do it because it's his show. This is for Intruders.
Well, let's make a guess, though. You know what it is.
I don't. I know it's a gold board. I'm guessing it's a creature board.
It's a Santa Cruz Garbage Pail Kid board.
Big reveal. It's a Pikachu.
You just lost $300 on this opening. It's Chris Russell. It was so bad. It's his first board. It's so bad it's good.
Oh my good lord. That is offensive.
It's almost unrideable. It's so ugly. Cue the most horrid death metal right now. And look at, okay, the moonscape. There's a dead baby in its grasp. Is it a goblin or is it a chick? I don't know, but there's tits and there's like dripping vagine and hooves. It's horrid.
There's an upside down cross coming out of the vag.
And there you go, Russell. There's your board. He's so stoked. He cried. Him and his mom. Cue to King of the Road.
Okay, sorry. I'm about to puke again.
He probably had 3 tattoos at this time. Now he's blasted.
He's completely blasted.
Should have been a Sublime graphic.
Well, it's going on the website.
You've seen it here, folks.
Seen it here. That was the unveiling. I'm sorry for the world, but if you buy it, I'll reseal it for you.
Honestly, I remember seeing this, Chris, being like, that's the most brutal graphic I've ever seen.
It was almost the most brutal graphic I never seen. I don't know if it was a high note enough.
Are you kidding me? It's a wrap.
Well, that was for you, Intruders. We opened that. That devalued it by probably 50 bucks.
Yeah, price went down.
Thanks, guys. Whoa, another Lee Ralph.
Where's that shot of tequila that was promised?